Hey everybody, Travis here, and today on Tech Tip Tuesday, we're talking about D's, nuts. Well, welcome back. This is part 2 on the series on tuning stability. If you haven't seen the first part, go back and look at that, and then come back and watch this video. So we're going to be talking about the nut on a guitar and how this can affect your tuning stability. So when you're tuning your guitar, some signs of this will be that your guitar doesn't stay in tune. Or when you're tuning it, you'll actually be tuning it and cranking the peg, and then all of a sudden you'll see it jump in the tuning. Another thing can be accompanied with noise when you're tuning. It'll jump and you're hearing like a pinging sound as you're tuning. These are all signs that the string is actually binding in the nut slots. I've got 3 guitars we're going to look at for 3 different examples, and we're going to work through them and see how you can fix this. I've got a couple things that we need. For this, we're going to be using Mitchell's abrasive cord. I got these from StewMac. There's 2 different sizes. One for the smaller lower 3 strings, and 3 bigger ones for the upper strings, the bass strings. So we'll be needing that, and we'll get into this. What we're going to do is we're actually going to smooth out the nut slot for each string, because there can be little bitty jagged edges in there that are catching the string and keeping it from moving. So let's get into that, and we'll start with a Fender style. All right. So here we have a Fender style guitar, and I chose this one because we have the strings going straight through, and this is going to be our first example because this is the easiest one to fix. So what you're going to need is the abrasive cord. I already have one piece cut off here, and then another piece that's thinner. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Anyways, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take this. This is a little string puller. It works pretty good. And just pop the string out of the nut there. Let's detune these. Alright, so it's detuned. And what we want to do is actually take this string and go straight towards the post. So this end you want to pull towards the post, and this one down here. Now what you don't want to do is actually bend down and go towards the fretboard. When you come off the front, you want it to be parallel to the fretboard. If you don't, what you're going to do is you're actually going to round off the front of the nut slot, and the string won't touch the slot in the right spot, and so you'll get all kinds of weird issues. But we're just going to take this, and it doesn't take much, maybe 2 or 3 strokes. Let me change the camera angle for you here. So we're just going to keep it parallel. Keep this side parallel with the fretboard when we pull. And this side we're going to bend down just a hair. And we're just going to take a couple strokes. It doesn't take much, because you are actually sanding the slot, so it is dropping just a hair. And if you drop it too much, you'll actually get buzz on this first fret, and that is not what we want. Then you'll be taking it to somebody like me and getting a new nut made. All right, and so we're just going to keep doing this for all 3 of them, or all 6 of them, but 3 for this string size. Also, another thing that I'm not really covering in this video, but can be a problem. It can be binding, not because it's not smooth in these slots, but because the slots are actually cut to the wrong size. And by that I mean the diameter of the string needs to match the cut of the slot. Because if you get a slot that is too narrow and the string is wider than that, then it's just going to bind anyways, and this isn't really going to fix the problem. You're going to need some nut files for that. But that's a different video. If you'd like to see that, leave a comment in the comment section saying you want to see that, and we will cover that video. So here we have the Les Paul, and this is the second guitar I chose because you may have something similar to this. And what I'm talking about is on your strings, once they go through the nut, they may branch off like this. Epiphones do it, Gibsons do it. There's tons of other guitars that do this. But the main problem everybody complains about is Gibson. So we're going to look at this, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, so we have the strings off. On these, it's very important to actually come in here and sand it. But once you get to these inner two here, to actually pull that string towards the tuning post. So if it's on this side, pull that string, the back side, this way. And what that's going to do is actually pull the back end of the slot sort of that way, which is going to make a better curve for the string to follow. And it's going to make a better... It's going to take off that pinch point, because if you just have a straight slot here and it just comes to an abrupt edge, well, it's going to pinch on that corner of that edge. So what we want to do is take it, and keeping this side parallel, I can't tell you how important that is, pull this side slightly that way. And then when you get over here to the G string, pull it that way. And so that's just going to help it bend and make a better curve for it to go. The others, the outsides, you just pull just like any other nut, keeping it parallel and towards that tuner. Do it about 3/4 times. You can look in here and you can actually see the marks go away and see a smooth slot, and that's what you're looking for. Alright, the third style I want to talk about is this Jackson. You may have something like this. These have an extreme break angle, and they look like this. See how the break angle is super sharp? It's like a 15, maybe 22 degree break angle there of the string. And you're going to want to curve that slot a lot more. If it was me, this is a different video. I'd use nut files to curve that slot. It's going to be faster, easier, and it's going to work better. But you can do the same exact things. Just come in here, take your string, your abrasive cord, and hit those slots. So I won't bore you with all of these. So there you have it. Hope that helped. A couple things that I forgot to mention in the videos. The first thing is with plastic nuts. Those I've found sometimes work with the abrasive cord, but not always. It depends on how good a quality the plastic is. Some of them are super cheap, and some of them are okay. The super cheap ones They just kind of move the plastic around, and it's a whole mess. It doesn't really work. Am I saying not to try it? No. Go ahead and try it, see if it works. If it doesn't, maybe look at getting that note replaced. It'll help with the sound of your guitar too. The second thing is lube. I know there's I use this guitar grease, and all you do is take a toothpick and take a little bit off, and then put it in the slot, and then put the string back in, and that helps lube that nut slot and helps the string to move through it better. I know there's guitar grease, StewMac. I know you're probably tired of hearing StewMac. StewMac's great though. The other is there's some crazy nut sauce, I think. I think that's what it's called. Google it, you'll find it. There will probably be tons of other products that come up with it. I haven't really used that, but I've got other friends that have, and they like it. So, whichever one works best for you on that. And then also, I forgot to mention string retainers. So, on Fender style guitars, you've got these right here, these little string retainers that keep the string pulled down at the right angle. You can actually take these abrasive cords and actually run those underneath that, and that will help polish up the underneath of that metal and will keep that string gliding through it better. And then you can come back with some grease or nut sauce and hit it up with that, and it will work perfect. I usually tend to buff them out with just a Dremel, buff that slot out with some metal polishing, and it works too. You just gotta get those rough edges off of it. I think that's it. If you found this video helpful, if you don't mind, please like and comment and hit that subscribe button. That really helps out. And if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comment section. I'll get to them as soon as I can. And I think that's it. Have a great day, and rock on.